Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by again. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Thrunite Neutron 2C. That's this guy here. And this is another primarily single 18650 battery flashlight there. And the maximum that Thrunite states for being their maximum output is about 1,000 lumens. And you can 1100 lumens in turbo, and they're saying the strobe is 650 lumens. It has a strobe, and the infinity high, we'll get to that in a minute, is 650, and the infinity low is 12. So now they're saying on their turbo 1100 lumens, 2.2 hours, and infinity high, so 650 lumens, 2.7 hours. And on the infinity low, 130 hours, it also has a firefly of 0.5 lumens, and they're saying that'll last 49 days. And I did not test the 49-day one. Peak candela, so the intensity of the beam, 14,399 max, with a max beam distance of about 240 meters. I didn't really I don't like the way they measure that, but usable light, it's probably, I guess 200 yards is about right. 150 to 200 yards. Impact resistant to 1 meter, IPX8 standard waterproof, so 2 meters for 30 minutes. It is about 4.9 inches long and just about 1 inch wide. And if you're going to leave the pocket clip on there, obviously that extends it a little bit. So basically what we have, it came with some other stuff that I can't find right now. I had to rearrange some stuff in the house. But it comes with a holster, this holster, 2 sparrow rings, a lanyard, a pocket clip that's on the light, and a 18650 battery. Their battery is actually a 3400 milliamp one. If you saw the the video I did for the Phoenix RC11, that also came with a battery, but it's a 23 or 2600 milliamp hour battery. So it's still a good sized battery. I mean, they didn't skimp, but this one definitely comes with a larger battery. And I really liked using it. And the holster is, I've complained about Phoenix holsters before. The design isn't really any more complex or anything. It's just the way the top opens. It's not exactly, but it's almost like a drop holster or dump holster, whatever you want to call it. You just kind of, the light just kind of drops right in there. And I mean, you can close it in there easy. There's not a lot of gap at either end, and actually the RC11 will fit in here nicely too, and pretty common now for a lot of the Chinese manufacturers. It's got the weird D-ring thing on there, I guess you can clip to your pack or whatever, and a belt loop, non-velcro on this one. And I carried this at work for 2 or 3 weeks, so getting in and out of vehicle a lot, and didn't have any problem with the stitching coming undone or anything like that. It says Thrunite there, and that's the holster. The basic functionality of the light, all single button, flat tail cap, so it stands very well on a towel on a table, but there you go, still standing. Basic functionality is you're either pressing, double press, or press and hold the single switch, and it's really not complex. It just takes a minute to get used to if you haven't done it before. So the firefly is just press and hold from the off position, and that is 0.5 lumens. So if you're in very, very dark situation, in a car about to start driving at night, you don't want to kill your night vision. Movie theater, I used it a lot camping. Oh yeah, on top of carrying it at work for 2 weeks, I actually used it camping for 4 days too, and it performed well. So that's the firefly, and then just turn it on, and I forgot to reset my modes there. So, and that's the 12 lumen there, but you can see it's got the spill there and the good spot there. There's nothing weird with the spot, like on some lights you can see a little hole in the center there, but when it's, there you go. It doesn't do it in Firefly, but when it's on a regular mode, that is also your battery level indicator. So blue is good, and then it will start to flash red, and then it'll turn solid red when it's getting close to dying. And it works pretty well. And I mean, it doesn't help you find the button to turn the light on, but when you're trying to turn the light off, it does make it easier to find the button. So the infinity mode thing that I had mentioned, and it actually says on our website, it talks about it for a minute. What that is this is the 12 lumen mode here. So infinity, it's not really infinity, it's just a bunch of adjustments. You just hold it down and it goes up. I'll take the spot off the screen. And when it gets to the top, it does that. It flashes to let you know it's at the top. Let go of it, press and hold it again, and it will go all the way back down to that 12 lumen setting. And turbo is a double click. You can see the intensity there. And then from there, if you want the strobe, it's another double click, and then click to turn it off. Now if you want direct access to turbo, I just did it there. You can just double click it, and then it'll go strobe. And then if you hold it, it'll go back to the infinity high. And if you press and hold it from turbo, it will also go back to infinity mode, infinity high. It's just stepping it down. Put that down. And you can see turbo. It's still just the blue light there on the button. And it's on a turbo as well. But in Firefly it is not on, which is fine. I didn't really have a hard time with it. Now side switches, for a lot of people, it's kind of a pain. So the way I did it to help me find the switch was, if you're wearing this on your, say your right hip, most people are right-handed, right? So I just had it go in there like that, so the clip was always there. Probably had it more like that. It's a little bit harder when I'm not actually wearing it. And that way when you grab it, you're always grabbing it. You always put it in the same way so that you can always grab it the same way. And you got to figure out how you're actually grabbing it. And then that lets you get your finger close. Now, there is a little bit of a, before it hits the on position, there's a little bit of give in the switch, and that actually helped me do it too. I could barely feel it wearing gloves, the sponginess to it. Without gloves, it's not a problem at all feeling it. So that helped me out a little bit too if I screwed up. It was not hard to turn the light on or off wearing gloves. The pocket clip does come off, but for this light I've just left it on there. It just pulls right off. Now, some of the other things about the light is it can actually use several different battery types. It's not stuck with just the 18650. It'll also use 18350 single or two CR123As, which are the these little guys here. And I don't have, I forgot to grab a AA battery, but there's a standard US house key there. What is this for actually? Yeah, that's not a house key. That's for a door lock, but it's about the same size as a house key there. So it's roughly what these batteries are, and most of them, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, these things are so shiny. Most of these will actually say, there you go in the corner there, say CR123A on them. If you get the cheaper generic ones, I've seen ones that aren't labeled with the exact battery type. These are stream lights that I got from Amazon. I don't use them a lot, and I actually haven't tried it in this light, but the way the light comes apart, there's the head. This is the battery, the big old honking ginormous battery. It's their own brand, it's Thrunite. I don't know if they manufacture them or somebody else does, but if you know about how big an 18650 battery is, the batteries are almost exactly half the size there. These are, the lithium batteries are significantly lighter than alkaline batteries if you're not used to using lithium batteries. So you got, look at that. And you got the Firefly there. Okay. Yep, blue light comes on using the 1, 2, 3. So that's good. And so the 1, 2, 3s. And a 16340, a single one, or two 16340s, either way. So the different battery types, the working voltage is 2.7 to 9 volts. So how does it use a single cell? Well, the way it uses a single cell is it's actually a 3-piece design there. So this is the 3 pieces there. So you can take that other one off and have a much shorter light. So it will still do a higher output, but presumably it's going to run significantly shorter. Most of the 123As, well, not the 123As, the 16340s I've seen are about 700 to 800 milliamp hours. So I'd expect it to run for about a third of the length of time that it would off of the battery that came with it. Just based on that, and some other people have done time tests, and it was definitely a lot less time. I think that if you put it on turbo, it was something around 20 minutes, and the battery was pretty much dead. Pocket clip was kind of hanging it up there. So smaller flashlights are better for, in my opinion, for me personally. I know a lot of people kind of like bigger lights for everyday carry. People carry two A-cell lights clipped to their pocket. So I really like this light overall. This is one that I'm going to be keeping. A lot of the lights I end up selling them. It's just one of those things about the only way you can really try it out is to buy it and try it out. So I did do some of my own testing as far as times go, and what I found was with the battery that came with it, starting the light on turbo, it started blinking red at 1 hour and 10 minutes. And that was using the included 3400 milliamp battery. And it actually went out at 2 hours and 1 minute. And I took my charger that gives me a percentage for a single battery, and it was at 1%. It did, however, charge to 100% in the light. The Phoenix RC11 that I tested, it only charged about 98%, which is maybe negligible for some people. So since I have that Phoenix light, and it also came with its own battery, I had that 2600 milliamp battery that came in that one, and I tried it in this guy here, and I had at 1 hour and 30 minutes it was dead. Not blinking or low, but dead. And that was down to 1% also. Now it's people didn't want to try and test the other light levels, but I started in the middle of the infinity, so I just turned it on at the low, and then you hold it down. 1000, 2, 1000, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1000. So about 4.5 seconds. Once I figured out the timing on it is for how I was counting. I put it right in the middle of that, so there's a slight pause. I gave it the slight pause and then started counting with the changes of light that I could perceive. And at that point, so that's probably around 300 lumens. Can't know exactly, but it's in the middle. And starting there, I got red flashing at 21 hours. And the steady red, which means it's almost dead, at 21 hours and 50 minutes, excuse me, and dead at 22.5 hours. So that's a pretty significant amount of light to be able to run approaching an entire day. And I was pretty impressed with that. And that's about it for this one, guys. I'll probably do a little comparison between the RC11 and this. Not exactly the same lights, but they're the two that I got that I've been using. So I'll do a comparison between these two. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and post them in the comments area there. And if you found this helpful and you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I guess I could show you the rechargeable part, huh? I got a Out Z, or however you want to say it, Out XE. This is just another power bank here. I wanted a second fairly large one, but this one is ruggedized. So I'm going to use the cable that's similar to the one that came with the RC11. But yeah, so you see the red light comes on. So that's what you would see when it's almost dead. This is not almost dead, but it's telling you it's charging, and then it'll change colors when it gets to full there. But any old USB cable will work to charge it. You don't have to use a special one. USB to micro USB, excuse me. This is just one that I had handy laying around because of the other lights. And yeah, this thing served me pretty well. I may have to go ahead and do a quick little review on this too. And again, questions, comments, leave them below in the comment section. Consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and I hope you have a good day. Take care of yourselves, guys.